Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here. It's Thursday. We're almost at the end of a week. It's almost at the end of the week. Today's the 20th of May 2021 and we are doing a tarot reading. We have got the Roots and Wings Oracle and I am using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot as well today. So let's get straight into it and see what is going on. What do we need to know? Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. So we've got the world card. So obviously we can see the globe, we can see the earth, but I love this rainbow. And I love how this rainbow almost looks like it's going completely around the world. It's not just in one little space. It's not localized, but it is global. And I love that. And I think that's our focus today. Today we need to focus on the big stuff. Today we need to focus on, not just us in our little place or, just you and your little situation and your little circumstance, but let's actually take things and let's consider the big scale. Let's consider what's actually important. Let's consider the state of the world, the state of the globe as such, and see what we can do to work with that and to use that energy to make our own situations better. Let's get straight into the tarot and see what we've got. Okay, she don't want to look at nothing. So here we're saying, let's look at the big picture. Let's look at the whole globe. Let's look at let's magnify everything. And here the Nine of Blades, she's like, no, I can't. She just can't. She's got a razor blade around her neck. She's also got this fabric of zodiac. There is poles on the side there as well, and it is 10 past 10. I'm assuming it's 10 past 10 in the morning. There is a pulse, which means there's a chance of overdose. Razor blade, which means a chance of cutting. She's even got barbed wire tattoos across her wrists. She is not wanting to face life. She's not wanting to carry on. She's thinking it's all just a little bit too much for her. Nine of Blades in traditional tarot would be the Nine of Wands, and it's the card of overwhelm. It's the card of saying just too much for me. Sorry, Nine of Blades, I'm lying to you. It's not the Nine of Wands, it's the Nine of Swords. And Nine of Swords is what we call the nightmare card. And it's like during the day when we're dealing with people, when we're facing family and friends, we pretend like everything's great. But at nighttime, when it's 10 past 10 at night and everybody's quiet, that's when our anxieties tick. That's when our stresses come up. That's when everything becomes just all a little bit too much and we start thinking the bad thoughts, okay? So the Nine of Blades is what, like I said, what we call the nightmare card. It's the card of saying, I'm not coping, I'm not dealing with things. But the Nine of Blades also, the big thing about the Nine of Swords, there's always a loyal companion who loves you unconditionally and who is there for you. In this particular case, it's this beautiful little puppy dog that we have over here. But because she's got her hands in front of her eyes, she can't see. But if we look very carefully, between her fingers, we can see an eyeball. Between her fingers, we can see an eyeball. So this hands in front of her eyes is a ruse. It's she wants to think that she's disconnecting and that she's not looking, but she's absolutely checking to see that her little unconditional love is right there with her. So friends, today, Thursday, it's been a week, okay? We have to acknowledge that. It's been a week, and it's been a week full of big stuff. We're feeling a little bit emotional. We're feeling a little bit run down. We're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. We're feeling a little bit like, how much more of this can we actually handle? How much worse can it get? How much more do I need to deal with? When is it actually going to get better? Those are the kind of feelings and thoughts that we're having. We have, so we go from dread, we go from despair, we go from anxiety, we go to Christmas. Okay, we've got Christmas tree, we've got fireplace, we've presents under the tree, we've got dogs again, we've got babies and children, we've got mommy and daddy, grandparents, and money galore. Actually, I think in this case it's biscuits. I think it's biscuits. We've even got portrait of happy family in the background. So even though things are getting a bit tough, even though things are getting a bit tight, even though we're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and feeling like we just don't know how it's going to get any better, we don't know what to do, it's all too much, okay? The big picture is all too much. But what we have to understand is we have to focus on the little biscuits, okay? We have to focus on the little moments. We have to focus and we have to keep bringing ourselves back to what really matters. And the Ten of Coins is saying it's about recognizing time with family. It's about recognizing time with people who mean something to you. And that's what, when I say time with family, I mean time with people who are significant, time with people who matter, time spent with people who bring joy and happiness into your life. If people don't bring joy and happiness into your life, let's not deal with them. But today, Thursday, the 20th of May, it's important that we not allow ourselves to get sucked into this situation, but it's important that the way to pull ourselves out of this is by focusing on the unconditional love. And that's what 10 of Coins is all about. It's about recognizing we can eat our cookie. We can eat our cookies and it's all going to be okay. But we have to hold on to these memories. We have to hold on to these moments and not allow it all to just get too much for us. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, you know, I think we've all had this experience in our lives where we're at the hairdresser and either we're in a bad mood or the hairdresser's in a bad mood, and there's just snip, 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 and there's not even time to think, there's not even time to ponder, and before you know it, you're sitting with a bad hair job. Okay, I think we've all had moments of that in our lives. I love how even the little puppy's looking at going like, what's going on here? I don't know if he's screaming, shouting, or if he's just like stuck in his own world, but she seems to be a little bit nervous, but she's too afraid to say anything. She's too afraid to speak out in case she aggravates the situation. So when I look at these, we've got these two blades cards on either side of a happy family card. And I think what it's basically saying to you is that you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything at the moment. I definitely want to bring these two into it. And I want to say to you that when we start panicking and fearing outcomes, when we start allowing our anxieties to rule us, the only way to cope, the only way to not allow it to get too much is to find a memory. Find a something that you can hold on to, a happy time, a happy memory, a happy moment, and hold on to that and hold on to it as tightly as you can, because it's the only way that you're going to get through these scary moments. And getting through these scary moments, you absolutely will. I also want to I want to explain something to you with, and not just today, not just today's reading with these cards, but just the last couple of weeks. You can even go back, all the readings are there. Go back and have a look. Go back and have a look at every single reading I've ever done for you. There's such an element of evolution and change that's ongoing at the moment. We are all going through major, major, major change. Our world as we know it it's ceasing to exist, and everything is shifting. Our school systems, our monetary systems, our political systems, everything is shifting and changing, and we have to adapt or die. Okay, we have to adapt, we have to evolve, and it is impacting on the entire world. It's impacting on the entire globe. Nobody comes out of this unscathed. It is difficult. Of course it is. It's crazy hard. And you know, it's more difficult for some than others, but most of us are pretending it's okay. Most of us are putting on a brave face every morning at 8 o'clock when we arrive, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, pretending everything's fine. But when we get home, that's when we are revealing and releasing our stress and anxiety and the panic and the fear that we're having, the panic and the fear that is driving us. It's just all getting a little bit too much. So let's today, we can't fix this. We can't adjust this. We can't. But what we can do is we can focus here. And all you need to do is to have one memory, have one thing that you lean on today, have one memory that you can think about, that you can hold on to, that will help you get through this. And if you can do that, you're going to have success. If you can do that, it's going to be okay. And you are going to be okay. Lots of love, friends. Love and blessings from my heart to yours. Take care.